The sea houses some of the diverse animal species of which a vast amount have been identified. Yet, once in a while, we are greeted with the image of a creature we know nothing about. Let us take a look at 5 unidentified creatures that surface from the sea. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day of more amazing content. With this being said, let's begin. 5. A giant monster on the coast of Indonesia. The Maluku province of Indonesia is rich with lush vegetation and shallow waters that make it a great place to spend time for the locals and tourists. But one morning, the locals would wake up to discover a large mass of carcass on the water. The large mass spanning 15 meters is discovered by a local man on a Tuesday night. At first, he thought it was a boat stranded in the water until he had a closer look. Different opinions have emerged to explain the identity of the massive blob. Some of the fishermen in the province were convinced that it is the remains of a giant squid, while others, who saw the footage, thought it might be the remains of a giant humpback whale. It is believed that the corpse of whatever it is must have been dead at least 3 days before it was found. We can see its colored skin disintegrating and churning the surrounding water red. We can also see the large mass floating on the water, while a local man and the cameraman move around it to get a view of it from different angles. To identify the creature, a group of marine scientists took a sample, and what they found was baffling. Looking at what seemed to be the head with an eye, oceanographer Kim has called it a rare species of dolphin. Judging from the characteristic of the skin, it is a rare species. It is unlikely that the monster lived in the region. The warm current of the water often attracts tropical and subtropical species of fish, and when the temperature drops, they die. Kim's claim that the creature is a dolphin can be disrupted because this creature has fur, and we all know dolphins do not have fur. Towards the end of the video, the camera pans to show us a wider view of the waters and how far towards the shore the creature has been washed up. Identity of the creature still remains a mystery. The group Project Mother Earth is still asking the viewers' opinions as to what the creature could be. Do you agree with Kim that it is a rare species of dolphin, or do you think it is another sea monster begging to be discovered? 4. Sea monster discovered in aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. Hurricanes, a strong wind, often blows from the waters to the land, causing massive destruction of lives and properties. Thanks to meteorologists, a hurricane rarely takes us by surprise. We are often notified ahead of time of the coming of a hurricane, so we gear up for its arrival. One of the things about the hurricane that takes us by surprise, however, is what it leaves behind. An unidentified sea creature has stunned experts after it was found on the beach of Texas in the aftermath of the Hurricane Harvey. The freaking creature was already decaying by the time it was spotted. By this time, the storm had cleared. The creature looks like something from a horror movie. Its small head, which is a little smaller than the size of the body, is showing its open mouth with sharp teeth. Sticking from the other end of its tube-like body mass is a furry tail which drapes elegantly on the white sand of the stony beach. The tail is longer than its entire cylindrical body. It was mistaken for a sea lamprey at first by the first explorers that discovered it, but when they got closer, they saw that it was not what they imagined. They flipped it around, and there was no clue to what it was. We can see that the undersurface is wrinkled, unlike a regular reptile or any kind of fish we already know. The best explanation we have about the creature from a team of researchers on Twitter is that it is a kind of eel. You can see the eel's shape, but the confusion now is what type of eel can this be? Some say it is a fang-toothed tusky eel, otherwise known as the snake eel, which is native to the Gulf of Mexico. Tusky eels have small eyes, but the monster in this video has none. Some claim the eyes may have decomposed by the time they were found, but there has not been concrete evidence to support that claim. The large teeth of this monster also rule it out of the conger or garden eel family. With all expert efforts unable to peg the creature to one of the existing species families, we are left to wonder what creature it really is. 3. A large monster on the Persian Gulf. The Persian Gulf is inhabited by a diverse species of fish. Fishermen frequently sail with the hope of making a good catch. Every fisherman aims to catch huge fish when they sail out in the morning into the large body of water which they sail on getting back to shore. A group of fishermen sailing the Persian Gulf were astonished when they came across a sea creature floating on the water. The middle of the creature looked like a mass of rock inhabited by plants, projecting from the surface of the water. A tail projected from one end of its body. The sides of the creature appeared to glow. The middle part of the creature was golden in color, except for the end. But before the tail, which was dark and stony, The fishermen were unsure of what the creature was and zoomed their camera in and out to get a clearer picture. We can hear one of the fishermen say, "It could be a dinosaur," while the rest laugh at his suggestion. As the fishermen get closer to the creature, we can see that the other end was forked. There is also an elevation towards one end before the back mass that eventually tapers to the tail. One side of the tail had a pattern that looked like the muscular foot you will find on the underside of a caterpillar. While the fishermen enjoy a close view of the creature, it gradually swims away, causing ripples on the surface of the water. As the creature recedes into the distance, we can hear the fishermen continue to debate the identity of the creature. A voice calls it an octopus. The very act that the fishermen made to attempt to flip the creature makes us wonder what this underside might look like. We also have no idea if the creature is harmful or not, because it did not attack either of the boats on the water. No details have surfaced anywhere regarding this identified creature since it was first posted by the Black Volta on January 2014. What do you think this creature may be? Does it look like something you have seen before? Leave us a comment below. 2. A creature with horns on a beach in Spain. Spain has a collection of amazing beaches where locals and tourists converge to have a merry time. We always go to beaches to see something that would thrill our senses. However, the experience can be dramatic when you see the unexpected. A woman who visited the beach in Spain was terrified by the sight of a 14-foot creature washed up on the shore. What made this creature more terrifying is that it had horns. The creature, lying on the coast of Luis Serret Beach in Villarocos, Spain, gave off an awful odor which made it hard to miss. We can see its long, slender body looking like a large mass of scale. In one picture, we see the head with the horns attached to the body, while in the other picture, we see the head with horns more clearly as it is detached from the body. Paco Toledano, Spanish marine biologist, examined the remains and confessed it was nothing like he had seen before in the area. British marine biologists suggest it might be the backbone of a shark. This may have been convincing if the creature didn't have horns. The thin body of the creature, which is gray in color, becomes wider as you move down towards the other end. Tests have been conducted to unravel the mystery of the creature. The creature would have been easily mistaken for any other known sea creature if not for the presence of horns, because there have not been any sea creatures with horns before. There have been lots of speculations about the creature. For certain, no one knows what this creature is or its origin. There are people who think it might be one of the species of sea dinosaurs, which, up until now, we knew to be extinct. Perhaps identifying the creature would have been easier if it was found earlier. Also, even if the remains of a known species were washed up the shore, it can still be identified with ease even if decay had already set in. While the identity of the creature still remains a mystery, we do know that the ocean is a wide variety of species, and we should learn to expect the unexpected. 1. Mystery black creature that eats birds. Humans are not the only ones seen on the water when you visit beaches. The sight of birds hovering over the waters and sometimes taking a dive in to catch a prey or to cool off add glamour to the entire scene. In this video, what seems like a perfect day is disturbed by the presence of a huge black creature that remains unexplained. You can see the lady in the tiny blue canoe rowing her boat into the water. We can see different species of birds hovering around the clear blue water, with some of them taking a dive into the water. All of a sudden, a huge black creature raises its head out of the water with its jaws wide open and engulfs some of the birds in the process. This is the type of video that will make you hold your breath, considering that the creature emerged a few meters behind the woman in the boat. Had it been under the woman, its wide jaws would have been wide enough to swallow her up in a gulp. The creature spends only a second or two before diving back into the water. We can hear someone screaming, indicating he or she was terrified by the presence of the creature. The remaining birds on the surface of the water immediately take flight into the air as the creature emerged. Soon after the creature has dived into the water, the birds return. The creature surfaces again, but this time a fraction lower out of the surface than it was the first time. We can see the person with the camera scream and try to row to safety. We probably cannot tell what the creature is since we did not see the entire body. It obviously cannot be a shark because of its pointed snout. If the officials suspected that a whale was in the water or something big enough to pose threat to humans, the beach would have been cordoned off. The female scream we heard is a clear indication that nothing of such magnitude must have been spotted here in the past, and she was never expecting anything like that. We are glad no human in the video was hurt, but the same cannot be said about the poor birds. Right, Top 5ers, we have something very exciting for you to see. Make sure you visit our other channel, The Brilliant. If you like what we have on our Top 5's finest, then we know you will love what we have over there too. But be warned, the videos on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There will be a link in the description to The Brilliant channel, so make sure to visit us now. Or you can go to the latest video popping up on the screen right now. Come on, click it. You know you want to. And while you're here, subscribe also. Heard it gives you superpowers. Anyways, see you soon.